I want to close with a story about my father. It's very hard for me to tell. The last month of my father's life was spent in ICU, and it was not an easy time for him or for his family. And I spent a lot of time sleeping at the hospital. I know many of you have been there, and you know what I'm talking about, what it's like to spend the night outside the waiting room, outside of ICU, waiting for news about your loved one. And in one of my visits with my father in those early weeks, he said to me, "Get the oil changed in the car." You know, you're waiting for something profound for your father to say to you. You know, he's on his deathbed. I'm thinking, what words of wisdom is he going to pass down to me, you know, for the future? And it's like, get the oil changed in the car. Okay? He's taking care of business. You know, he's taking care of business. That's okay. But he told me where to go. And so I go to this little shop near their house, little mechanic place near their house. And the guy walks out and he says, "That's Mr. Ben's car." And I said, "Yes, that's Mr. Ben's car." He said, "Where's Mr. Ben?" I said, "He's in the hospital." And he said, "Oh my goodness," he wanted to know all about it. You know, he was very concerned. And he took care of the car, and he said, "You know, Mr. Ben he and your mother have been to our home, and they know our children, and we've shared meals together, and I've been to their house, and you know, I've gotten to know him." The man's name was Hassan, and he's from the Middle East. And so, you know, I thanked the man, and it was really not surprising, knowing my parents, that they had shared a meal with this family, and that they had taken them into our home, and that they'd been to their home, and those kinds of things, gotten to know them. But then it was about a week or so later, I was at the hospital, and it was one of those nights I spent the night at the hospital. I'm outside on one of those uncomfortable couches in the ICU waiting room, and it's about 5:45 or 6 o'clock in the morning, and I see the doors to ICU open, and out walks Hassan. And I was there guarding the door, but I had fallen asleep on duty, and Hassan walks out, and he is crying. His tears, he's just inconsolable. And I went over to him, and I was like, "What are you doing here?" He said, "I had to see your father one more time." And we sat down, and he talked, and he said, "You don't understand. Your father has become like family to me. He loves my family, and we love his family. And it's because of your father that I know about the love of Jesus Christ." You know, it is possible to passionately share your faith in Jesus Christ without belittling the faith of others, without being a jerk to others. And they will know we are Christians by our love.